Rock 98 studio, live from Audio Scribe Studios. This is Under the Radar. 1 full hour of local music with one artist. Under the Radar is on now.
Well, it is Rock 98's Under the Radar. I am what's known around these parts. When they see me coming, they say, there goes a young DJ Styles. One artist tonight, ladies and gentlemen. One artist. We've always just had one artist every night, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Multiple. Although we had those cowboy folks, the Dirty Cow. What was it? Dirty Cowboys, were they?
Dirt Road Cowboys.
They were in everybody's band.
They were, man.
Yeah, they were like everybody's band.
Joel, if you're out there, I don't know if you're listening, but you know,
never know.
Yeah, he's in every band in here.
Yeah, like he's
Wilmington.
Yeah, he's like 4 or 5 bands. 4 or 5 bands, and it is.
I think he's playing with Striking Copper now, man.
You serious?
Yeah. I saw a post where they were like, say hi to Joel, our new piano player. I'm like, what? He plays with everybody.
He moves around more in a mobile home, man.
That's about right.
Hey-o! What number of recording is this for us, Michael? 38, 37?
I think it's around 38 or 39. I want to say it's 38.
Most people don't make it past 50.
I know, man.
No, is it 50? No, I think it's 7.
We're just a couple away.
Google that. How many podcasts? Let's Google that for me, Michael.
What?
How many podcasts the average person makes before they quit?
I think I heard it was 7.
I think it's 7.
Somewhere close to there.
Oh, this is a live broadcast, so it's like a live hybrid.
That's
I don't know
true.
what you call it. This is like real, so in real time, people can listen what we're doing live on the radio station, and it's recorded. A lot of magic.
So it says...
How many?
It says significant number of podcasts, around 90%, don't make it past the first 3 episodes.
3?
Wow.
And many more quit after 20 episodes, with only a small percentage reaching 21 or more.
Yeah. I knew it wasn't that many. I knew it was low. So we've surpassed.
We're special.
Yeah. It's only taken us about 3 years. 3 years to get that many. No, 2 years. Isn't it about 2 years?
It's been 2 years, man.
I know.
We were talking about that earlier. I was just like, man, it's really been almost 2 years.
Yeah. 2 years of broadcasting with Michael Daniel from Audio Scribe Studios, who is now contemplating getting new furniture for his studio.
I am. I think I'm going to try and get some new swivel chairs put in here.
So when you talking about swivel chairs, what kind of
you can sit in them and they swivel.
Like
around.
for you or for guests or
no,
what?
for guests. Because like right now I've got 2 bar stools sitting in here, and if you watch the video, you'll actually see the bar stools in here.
Yeah, I've seen them.
They're not exactly conducive to the artists that want to come in.
They're made by
you guys.
They're made by that
you guys
company.
should get
Go ahead.
a Murphy couch.
Ooh.
Like maybe, and have like some absorption pads on the bottom so that when it's not engaged as a couch, it can still serve a purpose in your studio.
We like those hemorrhoid benches.
Yeah, I think that's
Michael.
perfect.
Get you a church pew.
No.
Oh gosh.
Those things are so
Get you like
painful.
one big church pew, and like this is where everyone sits and plays. Two
the
church
idea
pews. That'd be
is that
awesome, man.
These 2 chairs would end up being like velvet chairs or something kind of like that.
Lou Reed type chair.
And so basically, when you have drums in here, it would help to absorb some of the sound by having the fabric. And
You've
that's
got
kind of what I'm
plenty
looking at.
So you've got sound, but I don't have any sound absorption.
Yeah, well, I kind of have to.
Yeah, you have to, I guess.
Yeah.
I've got zero, none.
I actually need a lot more absorption in here than what I currently have, but I've been making it through. So
I'm thinking about getting some. I have to get somebody to come put it up, though. You have to buy the panels and all that.
Are you going to do the what are they called, the clouds above your desk?
No, I'm not going to do the ceiling. I'm going to do just the walls behind me and probably up front, just a little bit of something.
You thinking diffusion?
No, they're just pads, where they're called.
No, you're
Sound
talking just absorption.
Yeah,
Okay.
prevent echo like when I clap. Although it's not that bad because I have a piece of processing that keeps it a little bit better, but
Yeah.
it works really good. You would honestly hardly ever know I don't have much treatment. Every now and again I can tell, but for the most part I get by pretty good.
Yeah, your stuff sounds really clean.
Not too bad.
It does.
Not too bad. And Mike, what else is going on?
Nothing much on this end, man. We've just been, it's that time of season where we started doing our gardening stuff outside.
Oh, how's the pollen treating you?
Me, fine.
Oh, man.
It's killing my wife and kid.
Me too, man. It's and your son graduates this year, doesn't he?
He does. He's graduating early, actually.
Early?
Yeah.
He's another month or so?
Yeah, a couple months. Maybe.
Oh, but he'll graduate in June. You're saying he'll be graduating like a year early?
A little bit early. Yeah.
Man, time has a way of moving, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's flown through his school stuff. I mean, that's kind of the benefit of being homeschooled.
I was lucky just to graduate. If I were to have to go back to high school now, I don't think I could pass.
Wouldn't make it.
I've thought about one of my friends was joking about like people make jokes about reincarnation. I'm like, if I were reincarnated, I hope I do not have to go back to school because I couldn't pass. That's my big fear. I don't think I could pass.
Although they say with reincarnation, you are given the same lesson over and over again until you learn it. So you may have to go back to school.
You know what I did learn about? What I did learn about that is if you've not, Michael, there's no hope for you because you will be reincarnated. Me, I don't have kids. It said if you do not have kids in whatever life you're in, that's it for you. I don't have kids. That's it. If this is it, this is it for me.
I don't want reincarnation.
I'm sorry, but you're going to come back.
I don't believe in reincarnation.
Yeah, well, I don't either, really. But I don't believe in it. I'm saying if there's anything to it that I don't believe in, Michael,
There's one thing about it, man. I would not want to come back.
Yeah, I don't have any
the way
interest
the world
either.
is right now.
Yeah, I don't have any interest in coming back. But do you ever sometimes, Michael, have deja vu or something? It's like, man, I have seen this or done this before.
Yeah, I was actually, when I was really young, our family used to go up to the mountains, and we used to the vacation up there at Lake Junaluska in the mountains. Mm-hmm. And there was one day we got there to the lake, mm-hmm. and I was laying there on the bed, and my brother came walking around the corner, and I was like, I knew exactly what he was going to do, mm-hmm. and I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand it, but I actually knew what he was going to do.
What did he
do? What he was going to say and everything.
Oh, did you get it right?
And yeah. And I was like freaking out, and I said, whoa, I just went through a serious case of deja vu because I knew everything what was going to happen.
It's like, how do you like explain that kind of stuff, you know?
You don't. I don't.
Yeah. It's crazy. What do you think,
Weird
Brian?
stuff,
what do you think, Brian?
Well, I don't want to say because, I believe in reincarnation.
Oh, you do?
I do,
okay.
Yes. I've read a lot about it, and I've had a couple of experiences. Mm-hmm. So I do believe in it.
What kind of experience you had?
So I had a couple of personal experiences. My daughter, before she was born, she'll be 20 next month.
20?
Yeah, she's going to be 20.
Man.
Can I say hi to her?
Go ahead.
Hey, Mallory. Hi, Mal. How you
She's
doing?
Mallory.
Mallory. I doubt it. She's at college now. But
you never know. You never know.
But before she was born, my ex-wife, I was married to her then, went to what they call a reflexologist, which is like a person that puts the person in a trance and asks the baby questions, and the baby answers through the mother, right? Mm-hmm. So I was really skeptical when it all went down, except that when she came home, she said, okay, so this is how it went. Apparently we're having a girl, and this girl chose us as parents because you, meaning me, and the daughter have been together before in other lifetimes, and she chose us because you've always taken good care of her. So I kind of put that. I put it away for a couple of years. Fast forward about 2.5, 3 years, and I'm tucking her into bed one night. Out of nowhere, she takes her thumb out of her mouth and she goes, "Do you know why I picked you, Daddy?" And I just stopped. I said, "No." She goes, "You always taken good care of me, and I just chose you." So I was like, "Whoa, yeah." That happened.
Michael.
And then another experience just like a couple of years ago happened, where I was driving home from doing some studio work, and I hit a deer, and didn't do any damage to my car, nothing. But my daughter called me 5 minutes later, and she said, "Hey, Dad, are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm on my way home." She goes, "I had this crazy vision that you just got into an accident.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and I was like, "You're kidding." And I was like, I got home and I told my current wife about it, and she was like, "What are you going to do?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to hold on to this information until, I'm going to be the dad at the wedding and say, 'Remember when I hit that dude?'" I lasted 3 days.
Well, the deer didn't get up and say, no. The deer didn't get up and say, "Not you again."
No. The deer disappeared. I don't know what happened to the deer, but I lasted 3 days. I was like, Mallory, do you know that when you called me, I actually had an accident? So like, our souls are connected somehow. I do believe in that, and there is a lot of good literature that explains all this. But that's a whole other podcast. For
Man,
another
we
day.
can get with that because
So,
the
I
heck
can
with the
talk
music,
about that
Michael. The
stuff
heck
all
with this
day.
music.
Yeah,
Well, heck with that. We want to learn about that. That's crazy. There's a lot of things going on we don't understand. I believe, you know.
yeah. I agree.
What do you think, Michael? A lot of things going on we don't
stuff.
understand.
There's a lot of supernatural stuff going on, man.
Yeah.
Well, and that's where, what science can't explain, religion and spirituality fills in the gaps. So
How about that? On the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is Brian Burke. Brian, where do you hail from?
hey, I am from Greenville, North Carolina.
Greenville.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you live in Greenville?
I do. I live in a town just south called Winterville, but nobody really knows that, so I just say Greenville.
I know Winter.
What's your fried shrimp like there in where are you from? You got a restaurant that does good fried shrimp. It's important.
Dixie Queen?
That's
Dixie
Dairy. You
Queen.
talk about Dairy Queen.
No, there's a Dixie Queen. There's a Dixie Queen. They have great fried shrimp. There's also another place in Little Washington called Backwater Jack's. And they have some incredible fried shrimp out there,
It's
too.
important.
And fried oysters, too. Oof, good
Yeah, it's
stuff.
important wherever you live that you find a restaurant that does calabash type fried shrimp.
Ooh,
In my
yeah.
opinion, Michael, what you got near you?
Dude, there's a lot of stuff near me.
No, I'm talking about seafood wise.
I know. I can't have any though,
Why can't you?
because I got the gout.
It gives you that gout.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to have shrimp.
Oh.
I'm not supposed to have crabs either. But
Good gosh.
But I mean, I still eat sushi, and I'm not supposed to. But I just have to really watch it.
Good
But yeah,
gracious.
we've got a place called the Oceanic over in Wilmington.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
Oceanic,
that
man.
place is good.
Oceanic's got some really good seafood, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's some places in Calabash, locally with where we are, that has some really good stuff too. Unfortunately, I can't remember the name offhand because I don't eat there quite often. So,
All right, Brian, how long you lived in that area?
Yeah, I moved. I'm originally from New York. I moved from New York to North Carolina back in '97. So I've been what they call a damn Yankee. I don't know if I can say that. Since 1997. But I planted roots. I went to ECU, go Pirates.
There you go.
And that's my alma mater. Graduated, and I just got a job and had kids, and I've been there ever since, man.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a great
Nice.
little town. I really like it.
Been playing
Good
music
people.
for how long?
I've been playing music pretty much my whole life. I grew up in a musical family. My uncle is a guitar player. My paternal grandfather was one of these guys. He was like a singing bartender.
How do you do that? Here's a drink
Well, he-
for
he
you,
was-
you see.
I think he would like do that for tips. He'd try to like make extra money by singing and doing things for tips. But he immigrated over from Ireland here, and that's the only work he could find was like tending bar.
Right.
And he from what I was told, I've never met him, but he could pretty much play any instrument you put in his hands.
wow.
Yeah, he was just like a tinkerer. Like he would just mess around with it, and all of a sudden he'd be playing it. So I came from that kind of background. I actually have a degree in music. So
a degree in like production or performance or what?
Actually, music therapy.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I have a
I
bachelor's
have
degree
a
in music
former
therapy.
student that went to ECU and majored in music therapy.
What's their name?
Her name was Rachel.
Rachel. You don't know her last.
Rachel Wilson.
Okay. Do you know when she graduated?
3 or 4 years ago, probably.
Okay. She probably knows some of my old teachers too, because I still keep in touch with all of them.
Oh, Michael, who do we have? We had someone on the show that did know her a while back. He was a teacher or something at a college or something.
Was it Chris Nash?
Yes.
That might be.
I
Yeah.
know Chris.
Yeah.
Chris and I went to school together and jammed together. He's just a super nice guy, man.
Yeah, that's who it was.
That's who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good
Small world, man.
dude. Yeah.
And you've been you picked up the guitar first, or what'd you do first?
Actually, I was a trombone player. Fourth grade, they put you in concert band, and I started playing trombone. I wanted to be a drummer, but I think our band director had like 15 drummers.
Everybody wants to be
everyone-
drummer.
yeah,
Yeah, of course,
that's the
'cause
cool.
it's
That's the cool thing,
and,
man.
And when you're in fourth grade, that's what gets you chicks.
Yeah, that's right,
you're
yeah. So this Brian's the drummer,
I was
man.
chickless because in 4th grade I was playing the trombone. I started playing guitar at about 15. And, I was drawn in by Zeppelin, Floyd, The Who, all the classic rock stuff, and just never put it down. I've been playing for 35 years now.
Good gracious.
Yeah.
I played drums in junior high. I didn't get a set. I was relegated to the snare.
That's okay, though.
Nah,
That's
it's kind of like a Mr. Pibb of soft drink kind of.
Sure. It's
Not much there, not much clout. Like they're
Timu drum kit.
There's Chris. He plays the snare.
Yeah, but you got to do your drum rolls. You got to do your paradiddles. You got to.
Yeah,
it takes a lot of practice.
Flamacue. And then one of them Flamacue or
Chris was the Timu drummer.
Yeah. That's why I was like there wasn't much there
like
for
that.
me. Yeah, but
awesome.
the girls are like, "There's Chris plays the snare drum, ladies." Yeah, and then another guy named Jeff Treese, he played the bass. It's a big round bass, that you hit with a mallet.
Oh, the bass drum.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You hit that drum with that mallet. Then there's a cymbal. So I would
the
use the
crash.
cymbal. It was a ride, pretty much. Just a ride.
okay.
And
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the ones where the two get crashed together.
Yeah,
See?
I went to a school that
Like the
couldn't
monkey.
afford that.
Like the 1812 overture. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun. And it's ching, ching.
Yeah, I was at a
all
school.
of
I was at a school that we didn't have that much money there. So we had the ride. We have a crash. We looked at it in a catalog. And one day,
Someday.
I'd take the magazine up and say, "You see this Zildjian crash? One day we'll have one
Sell
back
enough
here.
brownies at the
Yeah.
bake fair. That will be mine.
Have this crash. It would be nice to have a crash." So until then, I'll just hit the heck out of this ride cymbal.
That's right.
I'll hit the rim of that ride real good. Work that bell some on that ride cymbal. That's when you know I'm getting into it. The older you get, the more you want to look for a little piece of shade every now and again when you get outside,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know that.
All right, Brian Burke. Michael,
Yes.
you want to play a little ditty first? You want to do a recorded studio track that was sent to me? Which one you want to do first?
I'll leave it to Brian, man.
Brian, what you want to do, man? You want to play live or you want to do to record first?
I want to play live.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I was looking for that answer.
Yes.
I got the guitar here. I might as well,
That's what I'm saying. Brian Burke's going to play live. It is Rock 98's Under the Radar. Which song you going to do for?
I'm going to do a song called Numb.
Numb.
Yeah, it's on my first record that I released back in 2023.
Now, what's the name of that album?
Constellations.
Oh,
The
I
album's
can't-
called Constellations.
I can't spell that, so.
I couldn't either. My
Yeah.
wife had to spell it for me.
Hold on, is that start with a C or a K? I'm not. Sometimes I don't. My spelling's gotten worse and worse the older I get.
Well, they're developing new words.
Yeah, well,
so-
it's not. It's that, and my phone takes over for me a lot of times.
yeah, that's true.
Start typing and it just starts doing it for you, and then kind of numbs your mind to,
Yeah.
So I'm not as I don't feel as bright as I used to be.
Well, I don't think many of us are
No.
because technology is dumbing us down, to be honest. But
Yeah.
another podcast for another day.
Yeah, we have to have you back and just talk. You know that?
I'm down with that.
Yeah. And we don't do that, Michael. We just talk. We sit around and talk, and every now and again somebody pick up a guitar.
There you go.
Yeah, that would be good. Like most, it would be talking, and then all right, get us a song. Well, it's kind of like what we're doing now, I guess. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Brian Burke with his song called Numb. It is Rock 98's Under the Radar.
Well, I don't feel anything, but that's nothing new. I'm going down the same road a decade or two. Well, maybe it's time to get some help. Well, maybe it's time to care for myself. Will you be there stay numb. Stay numb. Well, they say just give it time. But I'm like a child, taking in everything. I get overwhelmed sometimes. They say picture a train going by, going in and out of sight. Well, that's your emotions, my friend. They got no beginning and no end. Will you be there when I wake from this sleep to help me feel the things I've been scared to feel? Or will I just stay numb? Stay numb. Well, I'm done living in the past, 'cause I know by now these feelings never last. So I'm good. Yeah, well, I'm good. Well, I'm good. Well, I'm
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Brian Burke on Rock 98's Under the Radar, his track called Numb here on Under the Radar. I like that, man. How'd you write that one? Tell me about that one.
So that one was I kind of wrote it as an idea of a person that has issues with substance abuse. That's my career. I'm a licensed mental health and substance abuse counselor.
Oh, wow.
So you know, putting that together with music therapy makes me more of a helper person. But so I just had this idea of like helping a person get through their issues with drugs, because I think a lot of people use drugs and alcohol to avoid feeling, because you know, they numb themselves. So it was more about like a person getting help, looking for support, and making that decision to sit with the feelings that are uncomfortable and actually working through it. So
How long you been doing that?
well, let's see. Since like 2000, I've been working with people in the mental health field. So about 25 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you decompress from a job like that? Like when you do you, or do you not? Yeah, is that
No,
it?
I do. Yeah, I write a lot. I journal, and I got a lot of good friends that, you know,
Right.
I process. Plus, I believe in treatment too. You know, like I don't think that a therapist is immune to feeling things and dealing with things. So, you know, doing my own work and getting my own help is important. Trying to take care of myself too.
That is important.
Yeah.
That is very important. And that's admirable work as well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. I don't look at it as work, though. I see it more of like as a calling. Like it's just, I've been called to help people my whole life.
Man.
So, and now I'm just able to make money at doing it.
Right.
So that's a good thing.
And do you do that out of the house, or like as a private individual, or do you work?
Well, I
at a
actually
place?
work for a managed care organization. So my job, I actually work in a call center where I triage behavioral health crisis calls. So people call in that are having a crisis, and I plug them into getting help and getting them assistance.
I think I know where you got the inspiration to do that.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
What year did you graduate high school, out of curiosity?
1992.
Okay. I think this is where you got it. You ready?
I'm ready.
The teen line from Saved by the Bell.
You know, if I had watched that show, I would agree.
Oh,
with
you watched it. Everybody watched it.
I know
when
who
I was
Mr.
growing up, everybody.
Belvedere is,
Yeah, and when I
and
grew up,
Screech.
yeah, when I grew up, everybody watched it. But if you asked them if they watched it, they would say, "No, I don't watch that show."
I couldn't take the loud, flashy colors on all their outfits.
Well, that's the way it
just
was, man. The
too
neon.
overstimulating, man.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do it.
Yeah. When you started talking about that, I thought, oh, he got inspired by the teen line on say.
Yeah, that's it.
You remember? I got the jingle for the show. Michael, you ready? Here it is. Here it is.
Go for it, go
You ready?
for it.
Here it is.
KKTY Bayside.
Bayside High, ladies and gentlemen.
That's awesome.
There it is.
That's awesome.
You know, let's do a studio track here from you, Brian. A track called "Drown." Another one-word song,
Yeah.
or a title rather. Tell me about this one.
So I wrote that one back in 1995. It's gone through many different iterations, and I wrote it for a girl, and I don't know. I re-recorded it last year, and I had a couple of friends that performed on it. My friends Pam and JB, who are incredible musicians. I was telling Mike, maybe you guys want to think about getting them here in the studio as well and doing an interview, because they are creating their own album.
We got to
as
wait
well.
for new chairs for the studio.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Yeah, we got to have them
But,
chairs.
So that song is more about like falling in love at first sight and just, you know, like not getting saved. Let me drown in that feeling. Let me drown in that emotion.
Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Drown from Brian Burke. It is Rock 98's Under the Radar. We're live and back in just a moment.
Yeah, well, I have seen horror displays in my life. But I think you should know
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Drown by Brian Burke here on Rock 98's Under the Radar. I like that. I like the guitar.
Thank you.
Solo
that's my
work.
buddy JB. He is incredible.
Sounds like a Fender guitar.
I think it was. He was playing a Strat.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Let's guess on that. Let me, the tone of that. Probably, let me guess the amp. Michael, what's your guess on that amp?
I have no idea.
I knew it was probably a Fender guitar. What pairs go with a Fender guitar? Probably.
Fender amp.
I don't think it was a Fender amp. Call him up and ask him right now, Brian.
I'm gonna.
Call him right now. Tell him you're on the radio and we got a question.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't remember. I think it was a blues amp, a Fender.
Call him. I'm really curious. Call him right now.
Are you for real?
Yeah. Call him right now.
I'm gonna grab my phone.
No, I want. Yeah, grab it. Yeah, I want to ask.
All right,
Hey, I'm on the air right now. Can you tell me what amp you use?
You like a lifeline on that
He's
show?
gonna be like, Brian, we did it DI. Don't you remember?
Well, I
we
thought
used the
about that
plug-in?
too, but no, that sounds like an amp. Not enough
does.
direct sound to that to be a line level.
It was. Now I remember because I put a really good mic in front of it.
All right, what amp was it?
I'm gonna call him. and
Oh,
ask
okay.
him.
Yeah, I
I'm
knew it
really
was-
doing this.
Here we go.
Yeah,
we
put it
go.
on
I got him on
speakerphone. Put it on
speaker.
speakerphone. Make sure he doesn't say anything. No, what do we care? Doesn't matter.
He might not answer.
He's gonna say, "What's up, man?
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?"
This dude travels all over the country
yeah.
for his job.
He'll probably call you back in a minute.
Yeah, he might.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice
I'm gonna
message
leave him a
system.
message.
Leave a message.
524
I'll mute the. Okay, I muted the number.
Whoops.
I muted it myself on this end.
Thanks.
All right. So, hey, man.
Hey JB, it's Brian, man. Listen, I'm in the studio on the air live with some friends, and we're trying to figure out what kind of amp you were using when you recorded the guitar part to Drown. I couldn't remember, so let me know. Thanks. Bye.
There we go.
My
Yeah.
job is done.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
You did mean his number, right?
There we go. Yeah, I cut my end down real quick. I think I muted about
Thank
2 or
you
3
for
digits.
that. I didn't even think of that.
I don't think anybody's gonna prank call him or anything. No matter. Somebody call him about his
So
warranty.
mad.
Somebody call him about his warranty. Trying to reach you about your extended warranty. I got the number off of Rock 98's Under the Radar here. Yeah, that would be something. Man, that was a really nice tone. And tell me more about the production of that.
So the 3 songs that I sent you, I recorded in my home studio.
What kind of
So-
equipment you use?
I was telling Michael, I got a little MacBook and I've got a little audio interface, and I do a lot of rewinding and listening and trying to figure it out and mixing and mastering until I'm happy with it. And then when I release it, I realize I'm not happy with it. That's just usually how it goes.
Yeah, that's how it's
But yeah, I got a little home studio at home, and I love it. I work out of there, but I also am a part owner of a recording studio in Greenville called Nash Studios. So shout out to my friends at Nash Studios.
Who's your friend that owns that?
So that's Morgan Hudson, Ryan Griffin, and Kurt Hauser. And we are part owners of the studio. It's called Nash Studios.
How'd you get
located
involved in
Greenville.
that? And tell me about the structure. Like, who's like the main producer and who does
So
what?
the main producer is Kurt Hauser, and he's incredible. But I got involved with them because Nash, about 3 years ago, those guys opened up a Nashville-based restaurant, like a hot chicken joint. Kind of like
now we're
Hattie B's.
talking.
Yeah, but the idea was to have live music every day, all day. Just like in Nashville. And I just got to hang out there a lot and play. And he and I and we were talking about acquiring the building next door and how we'd like to make it into a studio, and we did. So we opened up a studio last February, and it's going well. I mean, we're always trying to get people to come in. We do like field trips for students.
Neat.
Yeah, it's really cool because, I mean, how many people get to go and sit in an actual studio and like record and hear their voice and create something. So we try to really be involved in community networking.
Right.
and that's one of the things we do. So we've been doing that for about a little over a year. But I was in a band with them too. I played in a band called Morgan Hudson and Company. I was the bass player up until last Saturday. I just left the band.
You said, I gotta go. I gotta get.
Yeah, I had to go. And it's nothing. There's no bad blood or anything. I love my friends. They're my family. But I just had to do my own thing. I got to follow my own vision. And Morgan, who is the leader of the band, has her vision. So I was just like, look, you need a bass player that's more dedicated to your vision. So we just said, okay. And I needed to do my thing. So that's what we're doing. You know, when two songwriters just have to do their own thing. It's
You're
just
like,
all right.
you ever seen Andy Griffith's show?
Yeah.
You're like Jim Lindsay when he left Bobby Fleet. You remember that?
Okay.
And he came back to town. And
what episode was that? That was like the 4th episode.
this one, I can't remember the season number, but he comes back to town, you know, and then the bill collectors are after him. They repo his car and all that. And then Bobby Fleet shows up, and Andy has to get him back together. He arrests Jim Lindsay. Remember that? Said, you're under arrest for not paying your bills. And then they get back together, Bobby Fleet and the band with the beat.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
That tracks. I'll go with that.
It reminds me of.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so how often do you make it to the studio?
Well,
To that
you mean
studio?
Usually, because I'm one of the engineers, producers, but I'm really lazy at it because I have another job, so it's tough for me to get in there. A lot of time I'll just do like some engineering and assisting Kurt. Kurt is the man. My buddy Kurt is just killing it over there. But so I try to go there every week or so and just visit, and we
Hang out.
used to yeah
Like a big man cave.
It really is, man.
Yeah.
It's there's nothing like being in a studio.
Something tells me, Brian, I could be wrong. When you go to the studio, you're the guy who mics up stuff. You're the guy who is placing the mics and testing out the levels.
I try.
You remind me of that kind of guy.
Thanks. Is that a compliment?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah,
All right,
setting
cool.
up. There are
You're
three.
the techie. You're the one that knows all the
In
all
my
the placements.
opinion, there are three different important elements of recording. You've got a finely tuned instrument and a good musician tethered with that. You've got mic placement, capturing the audio, capturing it. Then you've got the mixing of it. And then the fourth step, of course, would be the mastering process.
Right.
So mic placement, very important. You get that wrong, it doesn't matter what you do.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree. And I had to learn that the hard way just through like gain staging. I remember when I was like, why is everything I'm recording clipping and distorting? I'm like, oh, because I'm too close and I have the gain way up too high.
Yep.
Yeah. It's one of those things you learn to do and you just love it.
I taught Michael. It took me 2 years to teach Michael.
Oh, he's doing great. He's doing great.
He used to call me down. He used to call me down to Audio Scribe Studios. I mean, the first couple years he had it going and said, I'm not getting the sound I want.
Well, he's
And
killing it now, man.
I would listen a little bit like, oh, I see why. I said, come here. I said, come here and let me show you. And then Michael would pout. He said, you ain't gonna show me nothing. You ain't gonna show me nothing in my own studio. You can't show me. And then I said, well, just come here and look. And then he would have, different things that were wrong. I would have to show him.
Thank you, Papa.
That's right.
I would show him, and then I would give him a lesson on that. I'd say, I said, take notes because I'm tired of driving down here so much.
Yep.
I said, take you some notes.
Well, the good news is now you can do it like over Zoom and stuff.
Yeah.
You can have conference calls.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And next time he comes here, he'll be able to sit down in a new chair.
That's right. Yeah.
Some velvet
Maybe
chairs.
he'll have a Murphy couch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't even know what a Murphy couch is. I'm going to have to go in rooms to go.
I made it up. I don't really think it
It's
exists.
kind of like a Murphy bed,
That's what I was saying.
It
Like,
pops
yeah.
into the wall and
Yeah.
it comes
Yeah.
back down.
How cool would that be here, Mike?
Well, I don't think it would work
Innovative.
in here.
Innovative.
Don't say that. It's possible.
I don't think we've got big enough walls for that.
Challenge
All right,
accepted.
Brian Burke, let's get us a track from you, a live
Sure.
one. What do you want to
All
do?
right. I'm gonna do a song off my record. Actually, no. I'm gonna do
Spoken word?
So no, I'm releasing an EP on April 26th. It's called The Leftovers.
Tell people what EP stands for that don't know, not in the business like we are.
Play. It stands for extended play.
That's right.
So it's a little bit shorter than an LP, which stands for long play.
There you
it's
go.
usually between 4 and 6 songs, about 15 to 30 minutes long. So I'm releasing this EP called The Leftovers, and it's basically all acoustic stuff.
There you go.
So I'm going to do one from there.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right.
It's Brian Burke on Rock 98's Under the Radar.
All right. This is a song called The Shadow.
Something in me, it ain't right. Not sure just how it feels. But I think there must be a devil inside, calling all the shots, making all the deals. And then it hit me, where to go from here. It ain't the ending. Yeah, we're just getting started. Something hungry all the time. I can't feed it fast enough. This famished feeling, it never subsides. I'm always wanting more. And then I wonder where to go from here. It ain't the ending. Yeah, we're just getting started. Something hit me from behind. Not sure just what it was. The room was spinning and I lost my sight. My head was full of thoughts. And then it hit me, where to go from here. It ain't the ending. Yeah, we're just getting started.
And they were all over there, and we didn't know that was a church. And we were, hey, it's Rock 98 Under the Radar. I'm DJ Styles. And you've been listening to Brian Burke on Rock 98's Under the Radar on this Tuesday night. Michael, tell them about the podcast.
We have a podcast.
Tell them where we'll be able to find this recording that we're making tonight. When and where?
Well, as soon as it's ready to go, we'll have it up on iHeartRadio. We'll have it on YouTube. We'll have it on Under the Radar Music Show. That's the one on YouTube, and they'll also have it on Spotify. It'll
There
be
you
on
go.
Spotify.
There you
So
go.
you
Well, I'll
can
put some
find 'em all
videos.
those.
Yeah, I'll get the videos up. I'm behind on my videos. I got a few videos left to still put up. I like to do my videos when I'm during video class at school. I've still got a couple from Domicile to put up.
Yeah.
I like to do that last video we made was good, Michael, wasn't it? The
was.
black and white vibe. I thought I need to do more of that.
I thought that was kind
I
of
was like, that looked cool when I was doing that. I said, my gosh, I called anyone who wanted to look at us. Look at what we made. How cool that is.
That's cool.
And we'll have that video.
Hopefully this one isn't chopping up as bad. But
Yeah. So we'll get that going there on rock98.com. And be sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at rock98rocks. And tell all your friends and come be on the show if you like to be. All you got to do is message us on Facebook and Instagram at rock98rocks or rock98.com. How many tracks, Brian, have you written?
I have a lot. I mean, I've only released maybe 20 or so songs, but I've got a ton of material back home just sitting waiting to be finished. It's the curse of a writer. You know, you write and you record a demo or something, and then it's like you just let it sit there and it just stews because there's one little thing that you might need to fix, but you don't really want to do it because it's just a pain in the butt.
It's like missing trash night.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Boy, I ruin your whole week. You miss trash night.
Yeah.
You get older, man, you miss trash night, and you're in a bad mood for a week.
Yeah.
Isn't that
But
true, Michael? You miss trash night, your week is done for, especially if trash night was on a Monday.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long time to go, especially if you had a lot of trash. You miss that trash night, you are messed up for
trouble.
seriously a week, and then just messes up your whole vibe.
Yeah.
Missing that trash night.
ours is usually on Fridays. It really sucks.
Friday. Oh, yeah, you missed it on a Friday. Good gracious. So you got 20 songs and you perform out live those 20? Do covers mix in with that or what?
Yeah, I do a mix of both. I'm leaning more towards doing original music just because the older I get, I just don't care. Like the places like I'm playing a place in Wilmington on Friday night, and it's a really nice bar, cool club, but you know, a lot of the kids and people, they come in, they don't really listen. They're just there to get drunk and hook up.
Hey, that's your clientele at the same time.
Yes, and I'm very grateful.
Yeah. I see some potential clients up in here.
But my point is that, you know, like, it's one of those things, like, I can play a song and they're gonna clap either way as long as the song's done. So I figured I want to play what I want to play. So I do my original stuff because I'm an artist and I want my art to get out there.
Do you use a looper or anything like that? Like play a little
I do. I have a looper. I had like this whole big old.
How do you
pedal
get
board.
it so loopy, so to say?
Practice.
Like, I mean, I've messed around a little bit with the looper.
A lot of practice. It really takes a lot of practice.
It's really not. It's not easy like you get when you think, oh, I'll be good at it. And really, it takes almost reading the future a little bit. You got to be a little bit ahead of the curve with all.
You do
all the time.
I watched some videos and I've had loopers for a long time and I've upgraded. Now I have like an RC300.
Oh, that's a boss, isn't it?
They're right, those 3-channel ones.
Yeah.
So I can like separate the tracks.
Yeah.
I really like that because I can put like I do like beatboxing on one track.
I beatbox too. Give me some beatbox right now.
I heard you doing it before.
Thank you. Yeah,
man.
give me something right now. Yeah.
So I can do stuff like
you
that.
like that?
Yeah.
Let me give you one of my beats.
Yeah, here. Let's go.
Here we go. Let me give you something. How about that?
That sounds
It's got
fabulous.
that 808 rattle to it.
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody's been to Taco Bell too much.
I was gonna say it sounded a little gassy, but that's
that old school, man. That's
I'm
that
just a
old
guest
school.
here.
That's that old school. Put some reverb on that.
Put some reverb on.
Yeah. All right, Michael, give me your beatbox.
Let it sizzle.
Michael, give me some beatbox. Is this Michael?
That's Michael.
All right.
That went back to the Fat Boy era.
Oh man, I remember the Fat Boys came out. You remember them, Brian?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was big time. It was what, 1980?
Yeah.
Man, what was that? 85, 6, 7 in that range?
I think it was 85 or 86 because they
had the
came
Fat-
out. Remember they had that movie Disorderly?
Yes.
Fat Boys.
That movie was incredible.
That's where it was at. The Fat Boys. Oh yeah, here. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh no.
Here
You
it
got
is.
clips of it?
Stick 'em, ha ha ha, stick 'em, stick 'em, ha ha ha, stick 'em.
Heck yeah, man.
Here it is. Hold on. Let's get a little bit.
I'm gonna rock the
Here we go.
beatbox and a French funky rhythm. seems all
That always reminds me of Forrest Gump. Remember when the guy comes out of his house and goes, "Your mama sure cares about your schooling, boy."
Oh, I love that line. Oh, thank you for that. That's a wonderful line. Yeah, Paul Giamatti. He was the principal. Goes, "Mrs. Gump, is there a Mr. Gump?" She goes, what was the excuse? He's what?
He's on vacation.
Yes, that's it. Yes, Michael. He's on vacation. And she goes, "Yeah, Mr. Gump." And then he comes out with a rag and wiping down. He goes, "Your mama sure does scare about your schooling, boy."
And then he goes,
oh, that's a great line. Oh, that made my evening right there.
Awesome.
That's a great line. All right, Brian Burke, where can we find you on the internets and all that?
So you can find me on my website. It's called backpocketbuddha.com.
Do you go by that?
Yeah,
when you're
my
advertising.
stage name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Back Pocket Buddha. Are they expecting like a heavier gentleman, like when they?
I bought it.
Yeah, what are they expecting?
Yeah, I guess maybe they were. I don't know. Maybe I would come out topless and laughing and bald.
And you know what your line should be? When you come and goes, "Your mama sure does care about your schooling, boy," and then you go right into a song.
That's right. Yeah. No, it's more about. There's a whole story behind the name, but it was one of those names that just stuck. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna use this, and that's gonna be like my alter ego, the one that makes all the bad decisions in my life.
It's not my fault. It's the Back Pocket Buddha. I didn't.
That's right.
Yeah, I told him not to do them. So backpocketbuddha.com.
Yep, and I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm surprised that name wasn't
Instagram.
taken.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like it. It rolls off the tongue.
Surprised it wasn't taken. And you're on Instagram. Do you have any videos on YouTube yet?
I do. I think I'm on YouTube too. You can look up even Brian Burke. I think there's old videos of me playing there, Brian Burke or Back Pocket Buddha. You can search for either of those and you'll find me.
Nice.
I'm on Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff.
And your next gig is when?
I'm playing Friday night at Real Cafe in Wilmington.
Nice. You ever played there before?
I have, yes. I enjoy playing there.
What is it about that place you like?
I like playing out. I'm out in the courtyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of foot traffic. So you get a lot of people on the street that get to hear you, and you get to see a lot of drunk people making stupid decisions. So
and that's at night, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I love to people watch, so that's a lot of fun.
Have you ever done any busking? Like playing, you do some of that?
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that quite a bit. And it's fun, like playing for spare change in places and stuff like that. Again, I think as an artist, that's how you sort of pay your dues. You really have to build up your chops. Like a lot of what I find, and maybe I'm wrong, but a lot of younger musicians, they think they just go on American Idol or The Voice or whatever, and they're gonna hit it and make it big, and they don't want to pay their dues. Going on tour.
They get no grassroots to them.
Yeah,
right.
And like playing crappy bars for no money, and like I tell kids, you got to pay your dues. You're gonna suck for a while, and it's gonna suck. And I've been doing that for a long time.
That's right.
I just don't know when I'm done paying my dues.
That's right. That's right. I like that. Very true. Very true, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you want to close out the show with a live one, or you want to do one of your studio tracks you sent me?
I'll do a live one.
All right, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna do one of my favorite tracks off my record. It's called "Nothing at All."
Nothing at all, ladies and gentlemen.
Nothing at all.
It is Brian Burke. Brian, appreciate your time tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming out tonight, and safe travels back to the homeland. And you can find Brian Burke at backpocketbuddha.com. Is that right? That's it. Backpocketbuddha.com. Ladies and gentlemen, for final time this evening, Brian Burke is on Rock 98's Under the Radar.
I'd like to sing what I know about true pleasure just to share. What I find is I know nothing just feel I can't go on like this. I wasn't built to last, yet I hold on to everything. Can't let go of the past. I know nothing at all. 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 What I see is I'm no different. Oh, than anybody else. Living a life of make-believe, just to avoid the shell. So we press on with our plastic smile, just to appease the crowd, acting like we've got the answer. We don't got it figured out. I know nothing at all. 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 I know nothing at all.